And we're live. Hey, everybody. This is Roy Richardson, your friendly neighborhood tech troublemaker. And tonight it is my pleasure to have a fantastic crew of guests. We're going to talk about the content creation journey. We're going to answer those questions. What the heck is a content creator? That's a word we're going to define. We're going to talk about what we're working on now. We're going to talk about our pain points, and we're going to talk about what's coming next. And so, first, I want to do a quick introduction for everybody. First up is Dakota, the Bearded I.T dad, and his claim to fame. He just does. If you are looking to start a career in IT, you need to watch his channel. Has so many videos about certifications, how to get started in entry level positions and stuff with IT. It's just fantastic stuff, and also, the pain of going through different courses and stuff. Next up, I got Florence from Equip Institute, who is a project manager and a personal organization who runs a personal organization practice to help people empower themselves and to just improve their lives and just find ways to be more productive. I've got Robert Lee, from the chief creator from Sha La La Productions, who is a live streamer and a video producer for folks as well. I've got Todd, Christmas Clatter, who's the host of the Christmas Clatter podcast. And then I've got Colter Reed, who I say is the, definitely is a productivity genius who makes the Atomic Habits seem like suggestions. And has a fantastic newsletter that comes out that I really enjoy reading each week with all his different tips on how to improve things and be more productive. I bought a Pomodoro cube today, so it'll be here Thursday. I need it because I have the attention span of a gnat. So, all right. So, Dakota, would you mind kind of giving us a much better introduction than what I've done about yourself?
Yeah, my name's Dakota. I am a part-time YouTuber, full-time techie. I help people on YouTube start and advance their career. I give advice and insight into the IT career field. I've been here on YouTube for going on 3 years now, and my channel is slowly starting to grow. We just crossed 5,000 subscribers a couple weeks ago, and our whole mission here is just to try to help as many people who are interested in starting a career in IT, try to give them the tools they need to be successful.
All right. Thank you so much. Florence, give us the crash course on all things Florence.
Crash course. I'm a brand new baby YouTuber. This week will be 6 weeks where I have been going live. So I call myself a baby. I am really excited and passionate about productivity and organization, especially using fantastic systems. I'm going to do a little fanboy because Colter, I watched you years ago on the Learn OmniFocus show when I was going through my
Oh,
OmniFocus learning journey. So I've used just about every tool method out there and have learned to combine them and work with individuals to make what works for them, not work for other people. And that's my passion. It's my passion project.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Robert. Tell us the journey for you, sir. Tell us about you, sir.
well, like Roy says that so I do run my own business, Sha La La Productions, where we provide video production service on site as well as virtually or remote. So and as a follow up with the remote work, it also entails like live stream work. So I always enjoy being able to work behind the scenes as well as being in front of the camera. And as Roy mentions that, yeah, he does see me out and about virtually with different programs and helping others either meeting their objectives or just helping them with their live streaming work and everything like that. So and it's just fun to be here with everyone here. And pardon if I look a little bit pixelated. Hopefully, I don't look like that character in Pitfall where he looks all blocky and stuff.
We'll all wish you extra bandwidth. So there you go.
All right, appreciate it.
Todd, tell us about yourself, sir.
Oh, well, I host Christmas Clatter podcast. I started that about 3 years ago, moved it to YouTube about 2 years ago, and start live streaming the episodes here earlier this year in the summertime. And we're just the little corner of the internet that keeps Christmas hope and Christmas joy, 365. And anytime someone needs a little Christmas now, they know where to find it. So.
All right, thanks, sir. And Colter.
Hi, yeah, I'm Colter Reed. I'm a software engineer by day, and then full-time father and husband. And somehow I find time to create content, tease, um, to just help people get the day-to-day out of the way, so that they can stop chasing the dream and start actually living the dream. I started a blog about 9 years ago. I think I think it'll be 10 years next year. And recently got into doing it on YouTube, because I thought, the people who have been the most influential in my life, I've actually heard their voice. And so I thought, if going to video means that I can have a more meaningful impact with people, I'm going to do it. Let's give it a try.
Awesome. And I'm Roy, your friendly neighborhood tech troublemaker. And if you don't know me, I have 200 plus videos you can watch before this to get caught up. So we'll get started, everybody. All right. So, just kind of, let's kind of talk about, everything. So like Dakota, talk about the things that you've been working on lately.
I'm currently undergoing one of my biggest projects ever. Last year, my channel hosted what we called the holiday training giveaway, where we gave away we gave away training material to help people enter the IT career field. And last year, we actually were able to give away $25,000 worth of training material. This year, I decided to kind of double that, and I wanted to try to help out as many people. The whole goal of my channel is to try to help people get that jump start. Even the little things like getting a free book and stuff like that. We don't just do giveaways, but I want to help people leverage my resources to get their start in IT. So this year we're hosting that giveaway again, and through talking with different brands, I was able to gather over $50,000 worth of donations. So we're like right in the middle of like going full tilt production right now. Starting next week, we're releasing every video 5 days a week. Five videos every week, all the way through till Christmas, on different topics about IT and related to this giveaway we're doing. So,
Wow.
like I said, we're going like full tilt right now, production mode. Like after this, I'll be up till beyond midnight recording and editing and stuff like that. So that's my biggest hurdle, is trying to find enough hours in the day on top of working full time, having 3 kids and a wife. Also, my wife runs her own business as well, so I help her run that as well. So yeah, that's my biggest endeavor right now.
Wow. I was gonna say, don't go anywhere, folks. But there are links for all of these creators in the description. But don't click on any of those links yet. Stick around. Let's watch the whole show first, okay? Florence, tell us about definitely some of the projects you've been working on lately.
So my biggest project was getting launched on YouTube, which I'm totally excited about. It's something that I had a lot of help and support doing, and I've got a fantastic team working with me, supporting me, and I'm loving the work to be able to take what I do in the real world, as the saying goes, and bring it to YouTube in terms of public speaking and speaking about productivity and organization and systems, and what I do in my day job. Because as you said, I'm a program project manager, so I do all kinds of projects, manage all kind of programs related to IT in the healthcare sector, and skills that I learned and honed doing that work and then applying. That's what I've been working on, just getting the channel up and running, and then looking forward to what I'm going to do with it next year to grow it and make it valuable for people.
All right, that's awesome. I have to show, this is my Avengers scene. I don't know. Well, Robert, tell us what you've been working on lately.
On a non sequitur comment, I can't help, like in the earlier overlay you had, I couldn't help but feel like a member of the Brady Bunch when you had us all bunch of like three in the world there. So I started to ask, like, like if who I fall in the ranks in the family, but that's a subject for another time. But
Marsha. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Mommy Cindy. So, um,
I don't know.
so
I can't remember
no,
my
I
Brady
mean,
Bunch name. Cindy. Sorry.
don't worry. I'm just glad
I
I don't
only
have to
know
wear pigtails because
Marsha.
that's
Oh,
just
Jan. But I can't. When they're
man.
Jan, I can't remember them. I'm sorry. I don't remember
Jan's the
them.
middle child. Then you
Oh,
have
okay.
like Greg and
Greg.
but
Yeah. Okay.
Either
yeah, you got,
Bobby.
right. Then
There'll
you
be a
have
quiz
Sam the
later.
Butcher. Oh wait, he's not the family member. Was he? I don't know. But I mean, it's I mean, as you can tell, I'm prone to slightly go off the rails here, but it's a little bit relevant on some of the content we do. I have a program I do with another creator with Zanthi Sirhako, just called Pop Goes a Stream, and conveniently enough, we do talk about pop culture. You know, whether it's in film, movie, TV, and such. It's just a blast, just a nice change of pace from a lot of content heavy things that I've been working on different stuff, whether it's related to like video marketing, production, and everything in between. And so it's always a joy to be able to work on things creatively, as well as trying to come up with different content to share or help others with their challenges, whether it's work behind the scenes with video production or just questions as just the best way to have their videos being seen, whether it's how it's being distributed or how it's being appeared online and such. So it's always like a constant juggling in terms of just what type of hat to be wearing in terms of helping each other out, or helping others out, or helping clients out and such.
That's awesome. Yeah, the whole thing for me is content creators helping each other out because it seems my niche right now is being a content creator. That seems to be where I'm at right now. And so it's just kind of what can I do to show you what I've learned so you can use it to do what you need to do. So yeah, Todd. Definitely besides the podcast, I know I disagree with you on the top 10 Christmas songs, but your scientific data for that, I accept
Well,
that.
there's
Your
nothing to
data was
disagree with. It
scientific.
was the numbers.
It was the numbers. I know.
You can't disagree with math.
It's true. You can't.
You're free to be wrong, Roy.
Now, if it was opinion based, I could understand.
It's true.
That
It
was
wasn't
just math.
opinion based. It was based off how many times things were played. So I understand.
Well, played and money made and
Yep.
albums sold. So yeah, all that stuff. But Christmas Clatter is normally every other week episodes until we hit the Burr months, and then I switched to weekly episodes because as Christmas gets closer, things really pick up for me, and so I have a combination of live streams, and I'll start having live streams and like video on demands coming out, running through Christmas Eve. And I was able this year to do something a little different and able to launch a Christmas planner / journal for people, specifically designed for that. And that was a lot of fun to create and to put out, and something I've never done before at all. And learned a lot, and a lot of things that I wish I could do different. So, I plan on doing it again next year, for next year's Christmas. But, just eyeball. Of course, I've been eyeball deep in Christmas for months now, but it seems like everybody's on board since Halloween's over, and can really tell. So,
yeah, my neighbors already have their tree up. So,
oh yeah, yeah, I've had mine up for a while, all my trees up for a while, and so, but it's a lot of fun. Being on YouTube so much different than the podcast because I get feedback right away. Especially in live stream episodes, and I've enjoyed that so much more than just a basic podcast episode where it just the any reaction just kind of trickles in, and so yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Kind of doing the same things. We'll be touching on some Christmas movies. You're going to be on an episode here real soon, and to discuss things, and an episode I'm real excited for coming up the Wednesday after Thanksgiving. Film critic for The Wrap, Alonzo Duralde, is joining me to talk about the must-see black and white Christmas movies. And so, if you're into old movies, then definitely tune in for that episode.
You have to go see my Vlogmas series from last Christmas, where I tell you my opinion of the 10 best Christmas movies. So anyway, but I won't give away any of the secrets on that one. So All right. And then Colter, definitely, I definitely knows. I don't know if you've ramped up production on the newsletter, but I'm noticing it more, and I'm definitely making sure I read it every time. So just really love your newsletter. But what else you got going on?
Excellent. Well, thank you for reading it. I just want to point out, Todd, I do have the Christmas garland draped over the bookshelf back there.
I saw
So,
that. I saw that.
the agreement with the wife is that we have to get past Halloween. But once Halloween's out of the way, then I can start putting the garland up.
Yes.
And the day after Christmas, the trees go up. So, or the day after, sorry, I'll wait that long. No, after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
We wait till Thanksgiving, and then the tree goes up. So, next Friday it's coming out. So, what am I working on? I'm working on coloring this page in. Okay, this is 100 squares. Red is live videos. Green is like normal edited videos. Blue is shorts. Just working on getting those first 100 videos out of the way. And yeah, it's a journey. I had the cadence for the blog down. I knew how to pace myself. I knew what the schedule was for getting things done. And every week, like clockwork, new blog post went up. And yeah, video is a completely different beast. For one thing, video is completely editing video is a lot tougher than just editing words. I can jot down notes on text file, flesh out the outline. It's a completely different workflow for doing video. And so I'm just learning that, working on that now.
Cool. Very cool. I was gonna say let's kind of shout out here. We've got a ton of people out here. I was gonna say, Colter, I forgot to tell you another claim to fame is that you were on my 13 Days of Christmas video last year. So definitely his singing and dancing ability was well appreciated for that video. So
thank you.
Let's see. All right. So back out. I'm always starting at the beginning. So soon you guys are like, wait, I mentioned that comment like 20 minutes ago. But anyway, everybody's excited to be on the show. Walter Strong in the house. Good evening, everyone in chat. Colter saying hi. Good evening to all the creators on the panel. A special hello to Roy and my dear sister Florence. Awesome. Sha La La Productions. Hey everyone. Todd, Christmas Clatter. I am Joshua. Good evening, creators. Big Bald Azure guy. Good evening, y'all. Awesome. Saying hi back to Roy. Hi, and to the awesome guest panel, Frank Jackson. New here. I haven't seen you before. Welcome. Or if I've missed you and you've been here, I apologize. Kuroku Bushi. Hopefully I got that name right. I'm sorry. Let's see. Enjoy y'all. Thank you for the content and work you do to help us. Mommy Guide. Saying hi to others. Super awesome. Dakota. Howdy. Same with Tech Troublemaker. Always very inspiring. It's great to hear about others' journey and learn from each other. Yep, definitely agree. Mommy Guide Inc. Deb. Colter shouting out to Mommy Guide. Todd, hope we can have you on finally for this Vlogmas. Totally agree. Yep. Had Don out there. More Mommy. Yep. X1D. I saw you out there last week. Thanks for coming back again. Todd, absolutely Mommy Guide. Don, all right. Hello, everyone. Yeah, so anyway, great. Lots of shout-outs there. So, again, see, I like the Avengers, but anyway, no, we'll get away from that one. So, all right. So, kind of, one of the things that, what kind of pain points are you guys, what kind of pain points kind of hit you during your kind of creation journey that, the stuff you're trying to create? We'll just kind of start with the coda there. Kind of tell us what kind of, pain points you run into. Colter mentioned that trying to videos of different animal, what kind of stuff do you run into trying to maintain your content stream and being consistent, that type of thing?
Yeah. Other than right now when we're doing our holiday giveaway, I try to at least do a recorded video and a live stream every week. And it's just finding enough time to be consistent. Like you said, video is a whole different animal. Taking the time to record, create your script, research your topic, edit your video, and upload it, and then a lot of people don't realize your work doesn't end as soon as you publish the video. There's work to be done to keep that video going after you hit publish on YouTube. There is it takes a lot of work for each video. So finding enough hours in the day, and a real pain point I had earlier on was dealing with burnout. I burnt out quick, so
Yeah, definitely can relate to that. Even did an episode about it last night because in April I was burnt out. So, yeah, definitely that. Florence, how about you? What's the creator's challenge that you've gone through?
Learning to scale back what I have to share right now. There's so much that I want to share and that I have to share. Learning to distill it down and look to put more out or put it out more frequently so that I get it out and share with people. That's my biggest challenge. And then learning to be my own producer, whatever, and using this Ecamm software.
I love Ecamm. Anyway, no, I know it's.
I do too. I just got to learn to use it
Yeah.
better.
Robert, what are some pain points that you go through, and what are some ways you've overcome those?
You mean other than I feel like I'm pretty pixelated right now? Um, no, I mean the first thing that I'd say would jump out is just that it's the whole concept of FOMO. Whether it's the idea of like you see other content creators have different stuff out there, and you're like, okay, they're talking about X, Y, Z. Should I be talking about that? And so it kind of makes you question, like, am I currently on trend with topics that's relevant? And then there's also the challenge of whether talking about topics that are like in current mind too, like ones that's more into your wheelhouse. And so there's a lot of constant adjusting as to like uh, trying to be focused of not being distracted of like what others are doing, but also cognizant as to like what are the current topics people talking about. So it's that challenge of whether to avoid FOMO, but also recognizing like what topics people talk about to adjust as to what stuff you put out for others to listen or talk about. So um, that's always been I would say that would shoot up to the top, number one in the bullet as a challenge right there.
Yeah, definitely there. Todd, how about you, sir? What are your biggest pain points that you fight with?
Mine's just to govern back because I have so many different interests. For Christmas Clatter, it's like I want to do so many different things because, I have the website and I wanted to do a blog and it's kind of fell off, and I tried to do the repurposing of content kind of thing, but sometimes my episodes don't lend themselves to that because it's just a couple of people talking about Christmas things that aren't really you know extra noteworthy or helpful or learn anything kind of thing, and then try to do a newsletter with the same kind of thing. So then it's like, so I'm like creating all this different stuff and not really feeling like the repurposing was that good for me and stuff. And then I like to design t-shirts and that kind of stuff, and so then I'll spend way too much time doing that and things and and so it's just kind of like keeping it governed back and keeping it focused. And uh, when I said the refocusing, that's kind of one of the things that I really have a challenge, because being a Christmas oriented content, you really seasonal, even though I do things all year round, my focus is really seasonal. But taking, all the advice you get from um, coaches and strategies and things and trying to move it and shape it in a way that, applies to me, is sometimes tricky, and there's a lot of times some of that stuff I just kind of have to shrug off as it's not going to really be that helpful,
Yeah.
and but trying to think about it long enough, because I just don't want to cast any ideas off to the side without processing it long enough to see, or at least trying it in some form or fashion before I just like that are really not going to work for me that well. And but so but that's really my biggest, is to kind of staying focused, and then finding what I can do, that applies with me, from just general advice, because of the Christmas, I don't want to call it a handcuff, but it's just a different situation than most people, so.
remember you're supposed to niche down. That's
Yeah.
and I'm with you because there's so many people offering advice, and it's just so general that it's kind of hard to fit what you're doing. I had somebody's like, hey, this was the thumbnail for a video I did, and they said, yeah, you need to change that up. It's totally wrong, but that video did amazing. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you know? And people, we're paying money for products that are supposed to tell you, oh, do your thumbnail, and so it's just kind of wherever you end up. Sometimes you're just in the right place at the right time, and a video with a horrible thumbnail still does great. So Colter, what kind of pain, the pain points you're going through?
Oh, I think the biggest pain point that I'm facing is just trying to get all the polish at once. Not being. I don't like all the rough edges. As I'm getting started, because I look at it, I'm like, oh, I wish I could do that better. Like just the editing on it. I look back at some of the early videos that I've done already, and I can see things that, oh yeah, I should have done that better. And it's hard to face that sometimes. You look at these other creators who are much further down their journey than you are, and it's hard not to compare yourself against them and think like, oh, well, because the tools are so easy to use, and so you want to just do all the things at once and make good videos. But if you just keep editing it, yeah, you can keep editing it and making it better and better and better, but you're never going to get it out there. You're never going to release it. It's not going to do anybody else any good if you're just sitting there polishing it and polishing it.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to be okay with those rough edges and get it out there, and that's hard sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that because I mean, you want it to be perfect, but you can't afford perfection. And
Yeah.
you'll make an hour and a half video, you'll edit it down to 7 minutes, and then the average view duration is 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I cut a lot of stuff. What else do I need to do? What do you need me? One of my top videos is tutorial on loading Ubuntu on using Parallels onto an M1 Mac. Well, when it does the first reboot on the install, that's when they stop watching. Okay, I've got to reboot it, and I even have that sped up. So I'm like, you don't even have to watch that, but maybe they don't like the way I sped it up, And then there's some videos. Some people hit me in the comments recently and said, look, these videos just don't make sense on your channel. And I knew that, and I'd been fighting that. I didn't want to take them down, but I knew I should. And so when I got those comments from people, I'm like, they're right. I knew they're right, but I didn't want to do it. So I finally, being stubborn is not a benefit for a content creator. You have to figure out a way to let go of things. It's just like, man, I love this moment in the video, but like nobody's gonna watch it. I'm gonna be laughing at it every time I see it, but nobody's gonna watch it. And so it's just so frustrating going through that. And then the other part that I'm having that's a pain point for me is that my tutorial videos and my live streams have nothing to do with each other. Do I spin those off to another channel? I don't want to because they're getting the channel views and they're getting the channel subscribers. The live streams, is the thing that I have the most fun doing. And so I'm like,
I wouldn't do that. I would consider your live streams a podcast is what I would do.
Well, and they do get turned into podcasts. So that is what happens. So yeah, they get turned into podcasts. So I take my live streams and turn them into podcasts and try to edit out all the parts that are very visual. Like, look here. I always try to take those moments in the video where I'm saying, look here on the screen. Nobody's gonna like that and they're listening to it. But strangely, my podcast has gotten a lot more downloads since I started doing my live streams and the podcast. So I didn't think that was gonna work, but it's good to reuse content.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what happened to me when I switched to live streaming the recording of my podcast. I thought maybe there'd be people that would tune in, but then wouldn't download the podcast. But I actually found that it's both are doing very well, and I had that same problem early on because before I start live streaming my episodes, I would just record the video and then upload a video podcast that wasn't live to YouTube, and then they have like a reaction videos and some unboxings and some reviews and stuff. So it's like this stuff doesn't flow at all together. But then I just kind of like, oh well, I just kind of, so it kind of does, because it's all the same thing. And then I just playlist all my live streams as podcast episodes, and let it roll until YouTube gets that podcast tab figured out on what they're exactly going to do, and then that should kind of fix everything else. And one of the pieces of advice I got early on from a mentor of mine was when I was just doing the podcast. He's like, would you do this podcast if 0 people listened? And I was like, why? And he's like, because if you're not going to do it if 0 people listen, then you shouldn't be doing it. And so that's kind of the attitude I take with YouTube too, and things. And it's hard because it's hard because you put all this blood, sweat, and tears, and sometimes things just like a lead balloon. But then I just kind of have to refocus, and it's like, well, I like that thumbnail, so I'll just use that one. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, people are missing out. So
Yeah.
But,
Are you ever afraid to let go of the thumbnail and go put another one out?
I usually don't find time to make a second one, to tell you the truth. Once I post it, it's on its own. It's like a balloon that you let go. It just kind of goes off, and I don't go back and revisit it. So I probably should tighten all that stuff up a lot, but it's just kind of, especially this time of year, once things are up and out, I gotta get on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Through the rest of the year, when I'm only putting out an episode every other week, that might be a good time to go back and button some stuff up. But this time of year, it's just kind of like, it just has to be what it is, because the days get away too quick, and before you know it, Christmas is here and gone, and I got to start all over again. So.
Yeah, Danny, the rest of you go swap out your thumbnails and your titles and descriptions. If you go watch that first 48 hours to see what happens, I do. Does anybody else?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through that,
absolutely.
Dakota? Like the term feeding of a launched video?
I think
so I typically wait longer than 48 hours. Yeah, I typically wait longer than 48 hours. I typically wait at least 7 days because I've had videos completely pop off even longer than 7 days. I've had videos pop after like 30 days or 90 days. But I'll typically, if I release a video and it absolutely tanks, I will, within the first 48 hours, I'll probably end up throwing a different thumbnail on there or start A/B testing. I use tools like TubeBuddy. And I'll throw up an A/B test if I'm not convinced it's the thumbnail, and if it's still tanking, I'll definitely start changing my title and stuff, because the way I view it, you're only going to make the situation better. You can't kill an already dead video. So I view it as an opportunity to experiment with things like that. I have videos that I released over a year ago that have are tanked. They were just, something about that video wasn't on point, and so I'll go back and throw a brand new thumbnail or title on it and just sit back and watch it and see, okay, it's starting to pick up. Okay, maybe that was my problem. What was different about this thumbnail versus the one I had on it? So I'm constantly switching up my thumbnails and A/B testing all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have I do that. I've done that on older videos, and you'd be surprised if you go change the thumbnail and change the title. Sometimes the description, it will give new life to a video. It's been kind of, especially if you've got one that you're especially proud of. Why isn't this video doing anything? I want to go out and water it some more and put some mulch in around it. Whatever it takes to make that video grow, and whether it's swapping out thumbnails or descriptions or titles, I will go do that. And just like you said, if it's a dead video, I wish I'd heard. I'm gonna go back and roll back, and that's gonna be my quote of the day somewhere. That statement you said about dead videos, and so. But yeah,
you're not going to hurt it. Yeah. You're not going to kill an already dead video. Absolutely.
So I want to ask a question regarding this dead video concept, or something that doesn't go the way you expected it to go. Well, how much more investment in marketing that video are you putting in? Where else are you promoting it?
For me, it really depends. When I release a video, I hit all my social media platforms immediately. As soon as a video drops, I'm releasing information. If it's a video that I put a lot of work in and a lot of I felt like, man, this should have been a banger of a video. Why is it just falling on its face? I'll sometimes go back around and repost it on my links to it on my social media platforms with maybe a different description. Um, and if it's really a video that like, this video I know would be successful if people just found it. When I'm creating my future content, I'll keep that in mind. And at my end screen, as I'm doing my recap or my handoff to like every video I create now, I try to hand off to the next video or to the next, hand off the viewing session to another video. I try to create those viral viewing sessions. So if I have a video that I know didn't do good, but it would be a good video, I'll try to segue into that video at my end screen and link to it on my end screen to try to breathe new life into it. And that way it brings fresh data into the video. Some of my more loyal subscribers who are watching till the end of the video, they're clicking on that next video, and that's giving YouTube more data to say, these people actually watched this video. This is how long they watched it. Yeah, maybe we should suggest it to some more people. So that's kind of what I do. It's kind of like a 3-step method. I'll mess with my thumbnails. If it's a really important video, I'll rebroadcast it out like to my different social media platforms. And if it's really, really important to me, I like as the last ditch effort, I'll include it into one of my end screens. And after that point, it's the phrase of I hate to say it, but it's like you can't beat a dead horse. It's if you've done everything you can do, it's just time to learn from the mistakes you made and move on to the next project.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Yeah, and YouTube's getting ready is slowly ramping up to make a bigger deal about playlists. So right now, where you might put hashtags at the top of your description, YouTube is putting the playlist that video is in there in hopes that people will click on that playlist and just start watching videos in a playlist so they can keep the engagement, keep people going. Today, Doc Rock, so I was on Doc Rock's stream. I wasn't a guest, but I was watching his stream, and one of the things he was experimenting with was doing an immediate redirect to another video right after a premiere. So he did a premiere, and then you can do a redirect out of that premiere. I didn't even know that was an option. It's been there, but I didn't know about it, and have it automatically redirect to another video, and it'll pop up for a moment, like 5 seconds after the premiere happens, and say, hey, do you want to play this video next? And take them right in. And so his thought process, and because I've been experimenting with doing away with countdowns. I didn't have a countdown tonight. We don't do countdowns anymore. They're out. Nobody wants to see, well, most people don't want to see 90 minutes of a countdown before the video starts. They want to get what they're there for and be done. So anyway, he's experimenting with doing a premiere and then having a follow-up video that matches similar to the topic that kind of continues that discussion. So I'm going to play around with that and see how that works. And the thought was maybe I'll do a short premiere video and then have it redirect to my live stream. And then, so just time it just right so that works. Just an experiment, just something to try. The key is to keep the eyeballs on the screen watching the videos. But you got to give value as part of that. So that's my goal, is to definitely give as much value as possible. So
Roy, some things I've been testing. It's a lot of times I look at it as just as whenever you put out a video, whether it's live streaming or something that's produced, is being conscious as to like who your audience is and where it's being seen. Sometimes that kind of helps with the strategy. Is like, well, how can I get more eyeballs with it, or what the purpose is. I know, like what I've been doing, at least with my current program, with the thumbnail. What I try to do is try to like match it up, like the color schemes with the wallpaper, so that way it's a little bit of consistency, not just only look, but also kind of like maybe like subliminally help them kind of remember like what the subject's about. So like if we did like for this month's episode that's going out next Monday, we're doing live. It's about like about holidays films, just like why one's more popular than the other, and so like the background of thumbnails kind of like not quite orange, but yellowish, kind of like fall themes. And then with the wallpaper in the video, it has that kind of a theme. So that way, it just kind of helps them kind of remember what they saw in the thumbnail to what they see in the video, and well, like little things like that that try to help will stick out. And then I try to look at like, well, how am I pushing out the video? We do use like social media to promote the videos with YouTube itself now with the community board, which is pretty cool. We have our Facebook page. I know, like I like to do is I try to like leverage my email newsletter or even like on the website where we archive the videos. So that way, it's another way of not so much repurposing, but just another way of just for people to have access to see the videos. Because as weird as this sound, sometimes I try to look at it like, maybe there may be people that don't have a YouTube account or have access to it, and like, what are other ways I can make it easier for people to watch the video, and then just try to like have something in place that people can look at. So I'm always constantly kind of tinkering with different ideas or different thoughts. As not only so much how I can get it out there, but just what if I was the end user to make it easier for them to view it and consume it, and just make sure I keep them in mind so that they're engaged, so that they have a vested interest to check it out.
Yeah, that's some good ideas. Yeah, I try to match my wallpaper too. So this is I was trying to match my wallpaper.
Nice.
My color is cosmic blue, so that's the one I go with. So anyway,
help him. Help him.
I've got pumpkin orange. I'm not any much better there, Florence.
Well, I was gonna say, Florence, you're practically wearing the same color of cosmic blue there. So I'm like, thank you for supporting my channel.
My sweater matches the rafters. I mean,
okay, so here's that big question that I wanted to answer tonight. So I'm gonna each of you and define what is a content creator. So Dakota, I'm gonna start with you, sir. What is your definition of a content creator?
To me, in its simplest form, is just someone who just like it sounds, creates content. And I feel like a content creator isn't just like a YouTuber. A content creator could be anyone who publishes content out there to the public, such as a blogger. It could be a vlogger. Someone who does podcasts. Someone who creates content for public consumption. And typically is with the goal either to entertain or educate people.
Yeah. So would you call your content infotainment or edutainment?
Definitely edutainment. I have a different perspective. There's several other YouTubers and content creators that do what I do. But a lot of my fans I know come back and watch my channel because they like my personality and the way I create my content. So I like to educate people, but there's also the entertainment factor, especially when I do my live streams.
I was going to say, you definitely look like you're having a lot of fun. And at the same time, you are just dropping truth and information. I really like that. You cram so much information into your videos. So that's really cool. That's
Absolutely.
Awesome. So, Florence, what's your definition of a content creator?
Very simple. A person who has a message to deliver to people, and you deliver it in any form you can get it out. Whether it's written, spoken, video, dancing, creating a book, whatever the method is, or a multitude of methods to get the message out. We all have something that we're expert in, or we're knowledgeable in, or we're passionate about. And it's just sharing that, simply sharing it with people who need to hear it and who want to hear it and see it.
I like that definition. And I like that you're taking your skills at presentation and everything and bringing that to YouTube. So that's why I know it's just a matter of time before you really get so much traction, because you've got so much experience doing this stuff. You just weren't on video on YouTube when you were doing it. So
yeah. I have done a lot of public speaking and a lot of educating people and developing curriculum and all kinds of things. And so this is just another medium to continue the work that I've been doing.
Cool stuff. Robert, what's your definition?
Well, pretty much. The bearded fellow and Florence have taken my answer, so I just have to say a big fat ditto. So I'm like, I got it all here, and it's like I can't use any of that stuff. So, but I mean, if I had to use like an outline, I would just say message, because I mean, essentially that's what we're doing, is trying to make sure that who our audience are that's listening or watching, reading, what have you, that they're getting the message through. And as to Florence's point, it takes from many forms. Like if you go look back in history, they have like bards telling tales, singing songs, ballads, and you go from that to typewriter to typing letters to now the video, and so, but the whole, even though the medium changes, it's all constant. You're just getting your message out to your audience, to what listen to, and to the I hate feel funny saying the IT beard guy, but I'm just like saying that the idea that you're
That's
it can
fine.
take form of entertaining, entertaining, enlightening, educating. It's just a matter of just making sure you're getting through the audience. So, but to sum it up, yeah, I just say a big fat D for ditto for what they said.
Okay. And I definitely your pop goes culture, your videos. I love those. Those are really awesome that you work on and stuff. You do some really cool stuff there, Robert. And I'm curious about your video production business. That's that's definitely. Todd, what's your definition?
Well, this day and age, I would say just about anybody, especially if you're on social media, because when you scroll through, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter and see all those posts, those are just basically mini blogs, of people's lives and things. So it's really just anybody that's putting anything out there for other people to read or to look at or to watch or, to enjoy. And, just other people take it, to the next level with, videos or podcasts or what have you. Really, it's just, anybody that's putting anything, even if it's, your, pumpkin pie recipe you made this year or whatever it is, it's most people are content creators, whether they realize it or not. And some just, try to do it for a living. Others do it for a living, and some just do it for fun. So
I hate when things act out. Oh, okay. I'm trying to get my computer act right. Sorry. Hey, that's good times there. No, I definitely agree. Hang on. All right, come back wherever you are. All right. Colter, how about you, sir? What's your definition of a content creator?
A content creator is a problem solver. People out there have problems. They don't know how to get an IT degree. They need a little Christmas spirit. Their marriage is on the rocks. They have a new dog that they're trying to house train. They're looking for something that they can fix fix for dinner. Family of four under $5. They have problems. They're looking for answers, and we help them find those answers.
I agree. Yeah, definitely, and that's definitely like think media. That's one of the things they answer specific questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of their suggestions. Answer specific questions because people can do a search.
Ask.
And that's how a lot of people find my content, is by doing that. So yeah, definitely agree with that. So yeah, good stuff. Yeah, kind of my definition for content creator is basically, yeah, I was gonna say ditto because you guys have said a lot of that. But yeah, definitely, I think sharing passion and sharing knowledge and sharing, entertaining along the way, I think, is a content creation journey, whether it be a podcast or writing a book or a blog or a vlog or a YouTube channel or, whatever platform, even Twitter, even being on Twitter can be, content creator. I really think this, really journey, my hope is that anybody watching these videos will take that leap, if they haven't already, and go hit that record button or that go live button. And somebody out there said only content creators are the only ones with expensive equipment, and I respectfully disagree.
no.
If you got a cell phone, you can go live. You can go live on your cell phone. It doesn't take much. You can go live on your cell phone on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, so many different platforms. And that's, if you have a message that people want to watch and listen to and respond to, I think that's what content creation is all about. So let's see, we got a bunch of people out there. I want to go see. Let's go hit up these people here. Let's see. Oh, these people out here. Dr. Elo's in the house. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Solo Q Legends. Shout out. Yep. CQ Legends. So I haven't seen you before. Welcome to the channel. Sha La La Productions, smiling back at everybody. Mommy got some. I'm supposed to be on vacation, but I still brought my gear to be able to go live consistently. I think it's also to keep our channel going. So yeah, Lala is traveling, and yet she is keeping her live streams going. So really cool. And inshallah saying thanks. Dr. Elo. Hey Doc. Mama God said hey, Doc, and then yep. Hey Shala, Mommy God. That's cool to redirect the people in the chat to the next video. Well, it's a manual thing. They still have to click the button to go. And no, I don't have it set up tonight. I just learned of the idea today, and I have some ideas on how I'm gonna try to accomplish that. So we'll see. Only people with gear in the $1,000 as a content creator. I disagree. You can, like I said.
Yeah, my first year on YouTube, my camera was a iPhone XR or whatever, and camo app.
So, some of my best performing videos were filmed on a potato. Uh, it's just a crummy webcam. So now I've invested thousands of dollars into my gear, and my videos don't perform any better because of my gear.
No.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, edutainment. Yep. Dagan, there's another beard guy for you there. So Dagan, if you haven't watched Dagan's channel, BGG Grooming, so many grooming tips for the people with beards. Dagan saying hi to Mommy Guy, Chala smiles. Yeah, so good looking beards on the screen. Yeah, we got some beard. Good evening, almost 3 a.m. Oh, hey Paul, how you doing? Wow, it is late tonight for you, Paul. Thank you so much for coming by. That's dedication. Yeah, that's definitely dedication. Hello, Steve Worthy. Yeah, sorry, I'm just kidding. You guys need to watch replay. And hey, Steve. Yeah, so Steve Worthy definitely with Podcasters Live. Definitely great stuff there as well. So, so my next question is what's next? So we'll start with you, Dakota. What are you working on next? What's your plans for 2003? I mean 2023, and 2003 is go uninstall 2003 and go install 2022. But anyway, so
My biggest plan is to try to stay consistent. I've had almost 2 years in a row where I kind of got burnt out and took a break, and the, the feasibility of this channel to me, my channel, is become more and more apparent. I just passed the milestone recently to become monetized. The channel's starting to earn revenue, is starting to earn traction. I'm getting like 10 to 20 subscribers a day now.
wow.
This is really starting to pop off. One day I'd love to make this my full-time job. That's, I know, a far in the future, but my plan is to try to stay consistent, and I feel if I can stay consistent and continue to release content and grow my skills, one day this definitely will be able to become a full-time content creator.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Are you doing anything with shorts?
Yes, I'm striving to release a short a week. So,
Okay.
a lot of it, I was trying to do repurposed content as shorts, but I found when I've create content with shorts in mind, it performs 10 times better.
Yeah, I can understand that. So, thank you, sir. Florence, what are your plans for what's next, and what's your plans for next year?
I haven't finalized my plans for next year, but definitely consistency to grow this channel, to grow me as a producer, in the background. I, believe it or not, love being in the background. So, but grow me as a producer and my skills and my knowledge and being able to help people, but really want to grow the channel and get the word out that because people are suffering. I remember the years that I went through of learning the skills that I have. And I did a lot of self work because there just wasn't anything in the market that I could find that really truly spoke to me. And I know there are other people out there like that. So my main work is to get the message out, to answer those questions for people like me when I started that aren't finding the answers today. And that's really it. So planning for 2023 is still in the works to figure out what I'm going to do, how I'm going to grow, whether it's shorts or pre-recorded videos, because I'm solely live streaming right now, and deciding which direction I'm going to go is still in the works,
I was
or
gonna say
multiple directions.
there's probably an untapped niche of disorganized content creators that need to be organized. I'm just speaking for
Come
somebody I
on by
know.
and see me on Friday nights at 6:30. I will help you out.
All right, Robert, how about you? What's coming up next for you? What are your plans for next year if you've thought that far through?
Well, I've already found out that I'm too late to try to grow a beard for the show, so that's out. I did the knucklehead thing when I threw that clipboard down. I had my notes to answer that question, but like any producer or any folks in video production, you always have a backup plan. So I had to dig out the notes virtually. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, is that really the answer to the question? I'm like, well, so as I'm slightly stalling to answer your question, well, no, I think like earlier before, like I've always liked to tinker, whether it's either working on the craft, whether it's filming like on site or doing live streaming. So just to keep up with the testing and just continue to just be present in terms of helping others. And we do have I hate to sound like a shameless plug, but we do have a live streaming friend Facebook group, and I do my best to try to pop in and see if there's people that need help, and just continue using that place to be able to continue test streams, whether just making sure that the video and audio is working and everything. And I last month, or wait a minute, is this November still? Yeah, a couple
Barely.
months ago,
Yep.
barely, yeah. I had just released an updated ebook where it's the video production budgeting guideline, and it was aimed both for like the consumer and video professionals. But the new edition I just released was for the consumers that are just trying to figure out like how you would budget video production in terms like with the videos and editors. And so I just need to be a little bit better in terms of pushing that out. So so to make it even a long answer longer, but trying to shorten it, just constantly just tinkering and doing a better job of promoting some work that's done, and just trying to be present is the answer.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Todd, how about you? Besides, well, we're in your busiest season right now, so what's
Yeah. Well, I always take like the month of January and February off just to kind of regroup, and that's not that I don't do anything. That's like where I work on a lot of behind the scenes and admin stuff, and I have my website that I mentioned earlier when we were talking that I'm going to polish up and bring it all back into focus because it kind of got neglected over the past year or so, and so I'm gonna work on that. I need to work on like my editing as far as like uh, to make the video more interesting when you edit it, and consistency like everybody else said, because the first 6 months of this year I didn't release anything. I think like one video, and just had some some things going on, and so I missed half the year, and I don't want to do that again, and want to make sure that um, I have stuff out there, because things that I release March, April, May, June, July, they kind of sit there and they do really well, for me. But as soon as October hits, it's like those things get new life, And so I want to make sure I have as much of that stuff out there as possible, for Christmas 2023. So, those are kind of the things, I have planned and working on. Of course, I'm going to release my second planner and journal for Christmas, and also tossing around a couple ideas, maybe a children's book or maybe a Christmas cookie cookbook. I'm not sure which one of those would make the cut. So lots of things to consider, but I'm excited for it for sure.
No, that's great stuff. Diversified, getting very diversified. So if YouTube's not doing well one day, then hey, you can sell the cookbooks and the children's books and the
it's
t-shirts.
like I said, I like to do too many different things, So.
Colter, how about you? What are your plans for coming up?
So I've still got 64 squares on here that need to be filled in. And there's part of me that wants to say, like, okay, just as quick as I can, just get those filled in. But I don't know if I want to do them as fast as I can, or if I want to, part of that part of that first 100 videos experience, I think, should probably be figuring out, okay, what is the sustainable cadence, so that I don't, rush through these next 64 videos and just burn myself out in the process. Yeah. So then I've got to take a break and recover. I was starting to get my stride and then broke the stride because life happens, and that's okay. But yeah, kind of the next milestone that I have is getting those first 100 videos done, and then I don't even remember what comes after that. I mean, the next 100 probably. Yeah, just figuring out how to chunk that down. And okay, if I want, it would be a little bit over one video per week to have that filled in by the end of 2023, and that seems daunting. So figure out what's realistic, what's doable, break it down. How many can I do this quarter, this month? But the very next thing is going to be just doing the next video, and I should do that. I should just get on that. I've got ideas. Maybe the next video I release, I'll be wearing this exact shirt and sweater.
Yeah. It's all about colors, obviously. So
yeah,
get it all blend in, wallpaper matched up, and everything. Yeah. Outfit.
I might change the lights or something so I don't blend in the background quite so much, but pop a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. So my plan, before we went on, I mentioned my word for next year is intentionality. So I've already determined what my word is, because I have been very much, throwing paint at the wall to see what sticks, and that approach. And I haven't been doing video on demand stuff. I've been focused on the live streams because that's what I have the most fun doing. But I was going to say, Colter, you could just do a live stream every week. You just got to do the homework that you need to have the information ready, and you just hit live on a certain night at a certain time every week, and you'll get a video a week.
And then once I start repurposing content, I could have a couple segments, extract a couple segments to VOD, a couple shorts out of that. I mean, I could be doing like 6 to 8 videos per week, no problem.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Absolutely.
Plenty of time.
The greatest thing about live content is you don't have to go back and edit it. I mean, you do it, you leave in all the ums and oopses, and it just goes out there. Live content is, for those starting out, it's a great way to start. I think it's the most nervous way to start, I think, for a lot of people, but it really is a great way to start.
And yet it's also
it's actually was the easiest way for me to start. And Colter, if I can get through a video where I cut muting myself, you can too. My first video, I think I muted myself 3 or 4 times and couldn't figure out what I was doing. So it'll be okay. It's just having a conversation with people. It's not that hard. We talk to people all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
I think one big thing to always remember also is, when you're just starting out, your first videos, just know your first videos are going to be your worst, and you just got to get them out of the way.
Nowhere to go but up.
You're all exactly. Like, I strive to be 1% better with every upload, every live stream, and you gotta start messy. I think Think Media says that all the time.
Yeah. I was gonna say they say that everybody has to make their first 100 bad videos. I've made my first 200 bad videos, so I'm ready. I'm ready for it to get better for everybody.
I mean,
Let's
as
see.
long as you're not using AOL, you're okay. So
That's right. Yeah.
damn it! I wonder why I was going so bad here. Jeez.
Yeah. Let's see. Coach says, "Hey, Steve Worthy." My wife says this is a great conversation. I actually want to go create content. She's actually way more interesting than me, but she doesn't want to be a content creator. So, Steve Worthy says, "Hey, what's going on, Colter? Good to see you." James Hicks in the house. What's up, yo? Todd Richardson, me too. Hey, James. Congrats. Hey, Don, I'm sure you'd be a great creator if you do plunge into it and join us. What software do you folks use for the creation? So I wanted to answer Solo Q's questions because he's had several. One, first of all, you can use your cell phone. There's a cool app for iPhone. I think it may be available for Android. Somebody have to check me here. Called CapCut. That is mostly free. That does a good job editing videos on your phone. So there you go. You just need a tripod and mount your camera on the tripod. You can get cheap tripods, $15 US, and put your phone on it, turn it on, get in front of it, and start recording. And then take CapCut and cut it down, and then post it wherever you want. Right there. Yep. See, that's here we go. There we go. Better zoom in there.
Oh yeah, there we go.
The code. I got you more focused now.
I don't know if it's going to focus. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to focus on there, but it's free to install. I can tell you that.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything asking for money yet, but it can't possibly be free because nothing is anymore.
I think there's a watermark on it.
Yeah, so
that's it.
I'm sure.
If you're on a PC or Mac, DaVinci Resolve, the free version will get you 99.9% of the way. And when you get where you think you're just that amazing, you can buy you can go ahead and upgrade to the full version. And once you pay for it, you own it. It's not a subscription. So there's that. DaVinci Resolve to edit on PC and Mac. You can on a Mac edit with iMovie. It's not the happiest of fun times, but it will work. It will do.
My first couple of videos were edited in iMovie.
Yeah.
Did you fill up your hard drive? That's the problem I had. I filled up my hard drive every time, so I had to move on to something else.
So
when I first started, I used HitFilm Pro. It was free to download, and it was very much like Premiere Pro, which is what I ended up transitioning to. So,
yeah, it's all good stuff. But you can start for next to nothing. You absolutely can. I started off with a C920. I had a Blue Yeti mic. Don't make fun of me. Blue Yeti mic. That actually, I think the Blue Yeti is a great mic. And then I started off with a cheap ring light. If you can get the audio straight, people will put up with bad video to a point. So make sure your audio is the best you can make it. There are mics that can go plug in and go to, and you get a lightning adapter and a TSSR cable and lightning adapter and go into the bottom of your iPhone. Android, I had a Samsung and an adapter goes to USB-C, and I use a mic with that. So it works. You can do that. There's mics like $20 US that you can buy that are awesome. What else? So Lala's saying, hey, James and Solo Q Legends. Solo Q Legends most is recorded on iPhone, edited in Final Cut Pro. My wife says hi, Lala, and how this isn't me says hi. Welcome. I haven't met you before, but welcome to the channel. Bearded I.T is saying hi to this isn't me. I'll be right back. Plan for 23. Yes, absolutely agree. You should be already be in the plans for us. So if you are a Notion fan, that might be a way to go about. Let me get where I'm not putting comments on top of your faces, guys. I'm so sorry. Anyway, Namomar Vlogs. Okay, welcome. Goldfish Adventures. Hello, host, co-host, everyone. Good morning. Watching from Muscat. Oh, wow. Okay. Mommy Lala saying hi to Mommy. Yep. Goldfish Adventures, La La Productions, IP Config. Is that the famous Bearded I.T dad? Yeah. Hi, Goldfish Adventures. Hi, IP Config. So many people don't know. So, hey, thanks everybody for coming. Hello, IP Config. Yeah, it's like no place like home. I always like those shirts anyway. What do you guys feel are pros and cons between the different live services? So, if you're a Mac user, my personal opinion is while it costs money, it's a subscription. Ecamm Live is absolutely the best you can buy. If you start with OBS, absolutely OBS will do 99% of everything you want to do. It's free. It works on Windows, and they finally got it working properly on M1 Mac and M2 Mac. So OBS is fun to use on Mac again. It was there kind of crappy there for a bit, but they fixed that. So OBS is free. It's open source. If you want to stream from your computer, a Mac or PC, OBS is the way everybody starts. Everybody starts with OBS. And there's still people years and years later are still using OBS because there are so many plugins and things to help it. So that would be what you can do. Been using the old GoPro 3. Yep. We use a GoPro 3 at church to film the drums as one of the scenes. So I help a little bit with the video production at church. We have like multiple cameras. There's the GoPro 3 on the drums. So we get that in the scene there. Yeah. That's released at Colter. Yep. Just got to start. Absolutely true, BGG Grumman. Yep. My first videos are horrible compared to now. So many great Filmora. Love Audio Productions. Says Filmora X works well as editing software. I haven't used Filmora, but I've heard it's good. I've been using Clipchamp, and it's free and pretty easy to use. You also have used Filmora, but it started putting watermarks. Yeah, that's what I'd read somewhere. Filmora is doing that. So, for my location, make 2 or 3 shorts daily, and it's giving me about 400 subscribers a month. And then I big and big. What webcam are you using, Colter? It looks crisp. So what?
So this is the Sony ZV-E10 with a Sigma 16mm lens, and so yeah, this is like a $1,200 webcam. It is completely overkill. It looks great, doesn't it?
It looks crisp. It looks
Thank
good.
you.
I was admiring that myself.
Yeah. So that's what I have. The ZV-10. And I have a 16mm Sigma lens. So I got a really good deal when I bought these. So yeah, this was awesome. I do love these.
Yeah, but don't wait until you've got the $1,200 webcam to start making content. You know, just grab your phone.
Yep.
Grab your phone. Start doing stuff. Your phone is amazing.
Yes. Yeah, and Apple just keeps making them better and better, and Samsung keeps making them better and better, and Google keeps coming out with better pixels. So yeah. All right. Well, what are your final thoughts, guys? We'll go around, let everybody kind of have a final thought, but I just want to tell everybody thank you so much for being on the show tonight. So much good information was shared, and definitely I love hearing about everybody's experiences, and it sounds like a lot of the folks in chat feel the same way. So Dakota, you got any last thoughts before we send out?
My biggest advice to anyone looking to start is just to start. Take that leap of faith. Start messy. Know it's going to suck in the beginning. No, growth isn't going to happen overnight, but just start. And that's the biggest advice I can tell anyone out there.
Yeah. And Florence?
I would just say be willing to grow rings on the way down. That's really it. Be willing and find a group, a community that believes in you, sometimes more than you believe in yourself, and lean on their belief until you get your own.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Robert?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Couldn't help it.
It was great having you on here, Robert.
Hey, I do what I can. Hey, good night, us. No, I think with anything, it's always a challenge. I mean, in terms of how you stand out and how you get going. But I think it's just a matter, we talk about focus as a best way of just trying to figure out what it is that you want to create, and then from there you'll be able to define who your audience is, whether it's maybe find the community that you want to be with, that could help you to either grow or just help you with your creation process. But it just all starts about just taking the time to sort things out as to how you want to prepare and know what your objectives and goals are. Whether it's content creation or when you're producing a video, whether it's on site or even live. So it's just a matter of just taking that breath and then just kind of like think it through and then act. That's all.
All right. Todd?
I just say, make the YouTube channel or the podcast or whatever you're doing that the one that you want to watch, the one you want to listen to, that really keeps, fuel in the fire if it's, something that you're real passionate about, something that you're really interested in, because, a lot of people just pick things because, they think that, it's going to generate revenue or things like that, but they never last. So just make sure that you are making the content that you enjoy and that you wish, if there's something out there that you're thinking, I wish somebody would make this or that, then that person's probably you, and just go do it, and be scrappy about it, and just get it done.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Colter, how about you?
To bring it full circle a little bit, a content creator is someone who creates content. If you want to be a content creator, just start. That's it. I mean, maybe it's not starting with video. Maybe you just start tweeting, put pictures up on Instagram. But start a blog. Find a way that figure out who you want to help answer what kind of questions, and then find a way to start putting answers out there for them. They'll find it. They'll find you. Start where you are.
Yep, definitely.
But get going.
Get going, definitely. Yeah, just hit that go live button on your phone. Just do it. Consistency and quality are the two things that will get people to watch your videos. Those absolutely are. It's a value proposition. What are you giving people in exchange for the time? They could be watching a football game right now. They could be watching TikTok videos, and here they are, like you guys, generous with your time. You're watching us on YouTube, and just thank you so much. I'm just so grateful to everybody that watches these videos and is in the chat, and just thank you. And what can we do to make the most of your time here? What do you want to know? That's the kind of thing. And on my channel each week, I try to share content about content creation, what you can do to level up your game. Hey, here's the latest thing YouTube's doing now, and here's how to use that. And then once a month, I do, just like you see tonight, a creators hangout, where I get a group of creators together and we just talk about content creation and what's involved. And so that is our show tonight. Thank you, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show. I really do appreciate you taking the time. I know I've kept most of us out past our bedtimes, except for you, Colter. You're good.
I need to go eat dinner though.
You do need to go eat dinner. So
I was
All
gonna
that
say
dinner
same
I
here.
have.
It's only 7 p.m. here.
Okay. So, thank you guys so much. I do appreciate it. And, my call to action. Yeah, I'm supposed to tell you guys to go hit that subscribe button. So, thank you for everybody. Here you go. Hit that subscribe button and we're out of here. Where'd my mouse go? Yeah. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button over there. Bye.